Yo, what up, my blebity bloppers? It's time for Tierlist number 5, I believe. If I do not recognize the birdos here, I'm just going to simply rate them off of how they look, and, yeah. But first, we're going to start, I think this is a seagull, although he kind of looks like he's in a house, so he's probably home. They can be pretty annoying, but they're fun to chase, I guess, so I'll just give him a B. And yeah, there's no bagels though. Chickens, I'm gonna skip what that is for now. I'll come back to it in a sec. Chickens are S tier, they lay eggs, they're funny, they're mean, they taste good, everything you could ever want in a bird. I don't really know what bird this is. It's kinda got a weird head position. It looks kinda cool, but otherwise it's kinda basic in the back, so I'm just gonna give it a C tier because I don't really know. I think this is a stern. Sterns are kind of cool looking, but they're kind of boring. They don't really do anything, so it's also a C. Duck. Duck can be annoying, but like, hey, you can annoy other people with duck. And it just seems like it could also be like good for food and stuff. Eagle, America Frigia, and they're just very cool and all that stuff. Flamingos, they're interesting. They eat a lot of shrimp and they turn themselves pink doing that. And they got some wonky legs, so I guess they're A for goofiness. I don't know where the head of the bird is. This bird is right here. I don't, where's that? And honestly, it just looks like a basic Andy bird, so I'm just gonna put it right there. This looks like a hawk, and I like hawks. If it's a peregrine falcon, which I don't see any other hawks, so I guess we can just call it a peregrine falcon, because why not? Wildcats moment. And there's Bass's birds alive, so I'll put them in S tier. Hummingbirds, they are very unique, so I'm gonna put an S tier because they're like the only birds that can actually like hover and they go really fast. These birds, I don't know if these are the birds that put their nest in weird spots, but it's kind of a funny picture of they're riding each other. Although I think they only get really a B tier because they once again don't look like they're very special compared to other birds. Parrots are another S tier. I'm gonna try not to flood this too much, but they are an S tier because they can talk back and they got some cool stuff. Get this off my screen. So they have some interesting features. This guy's got a nice belly popping out, so I'm gonna give him an A just for that. Toucans, they're cool too, and they're just like a good bird, so I'm also gonna give him an A. This guy's got a nice mohawk, so for that reason I'm gonna put him in B, but otherwise he's a little bit too basic to go any higher. This guy's also another basic bird. I don't know their calls or anything. I'm just basing them off looks if I don't know who they are. So I'm sorry if this aggravates your review. I like owls because they go hoo hoo. I don't see any other owls, so I'll just give them A because most owls are cool and they're nocturnal. They're just cool. They're different. They don't have like the same face shape as everything else. Pigeons are S tier because they got that nice little head wobble forward and stuff, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Roosters are B tier because if you're at a farm, they can wake you up, which can be nice, but it can also be annoying. But also, usually I think have hens for chicken meat, so they're not really used for food, but maybe I'm wrong with that. And they don't lay eggs, so I'll just put them there. Ostriches are cool. They're just big boys who rock around, and they have a really long neck, so they're interesting, but they can be dangerous. Peacocks, they're really cool looking, and they got a really unique feature right there, so yeah, and they got an interesting name. These boys, I forgot what they're called. They're like, I don't know, they got some bill name. Cool big mouth, so they can go B, and they suck a lot of things in. Penguins are a very special bird, so they're gonna go in A as well. And I just like watch them like wobble around and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. This guy's got some interesting long. Okay, just for those things right there, those long boys, he gets an A. Ravens are pretty smart. I know I'm over flooding this, but most birds are pretty cool. Actually, I don't know which one's a raven or a crow. Frick, I think this one's a... Frick. I think that one's a raven, this one's a crow. I could be reversed. But whatever. Raven's A, crow's B. Because I feel like you see... Okay, I'm sorry. That probably made a bunch of noise. But I'm not editing this video because Tierlist Tuesdays are unedited. Except for like music and cut off and stuff. So sorry if your ears died. But I think you see crows more often. I think they have like that short of head because I recognize these more. I guess it depends where you live. But they can be pretty smart, and that's cool. I don't know what these guys are, but they got a funky looking beak. These guys look small and interesting. I don't know. I guess a C. These guys look like the everyday bird. So we're just gonna put in D. Vultures, they're cool. They like circle and they go after certain things. These guys are lovebirds, which is an interesting thing that they kind of love each other so much. Turkeys are S tier because they are funny and how you can present them as characters, and they just look goofy, and they are good for food as well. I don't know what these guys are in difference because they're not swans, they're not sterns. I don't know what they're called, but they just look like a worse version of like that and a flamingo. So D. Dodo birds S tier. Sadly, the Portuguese killed them. But they spammed my bad after that from like. But don't worry, German. Probably some other countries spammed what is save, so it's alright. They got some payback for it. If you didn't understand that, it was a Rocket League reference, and it made no sense. But it doesn't matter. Dodos are cool, and they're kind of dumb, and they got fat because they had no predators. Here's another blue jay, and just another basic bird. Woodpecker, I would put higher than B because they're kind of cool, and they got like cool Wildcats episodes, but they're just constantly pecking the trees and get annoying if you don't know where they are and stuff like that. This looks like a kind of tiny parrot. I've seen them before. They seem like they're decent pets, but I don't know too much about them. Emu, just for beating the Aussies they get out there. Another basic bird, another basic bird, another basic bird. I don't, is he eating a fish? I am not really sure, but he's just gonna go in C tier. Anyways, if you disagree with me, I don't care. You can say what you think where it should have gone where, but I may not know which bird you're talking about. And I think this is a decent tier list. And I think all birds are cool. But if I had to rate them, this would probably be my rating. Besides maybe switching these two boys. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you in the next Tierlist Tuesdays. And have a good one. Yeah.